County Prosecutor Jean Peters Baker is holding a live news conference. Let's listen in.
With the office as well, Ben Cox and Michael Hunt here on the end. Of course, we have two special guests, and this is Mr. and Mrs. Bay, and you'll get to hear from them as well. So I want to tell you now that a Jackson County grand jury earlier late this afternoon indicted a Kansas City police officer in the fatal shooting of Cameron Lamb. That fatal shooting occurred on December the 3rd of 2019 at his residence in the 4100 block of College Avenue. The grand jury's indictment, signed today by the foreperson, charges Eric DeValcanier with involuntary manslaughter and armed criminal action for recklessly causing the death of Mr. Lamb, who was shot while seated in his pickup truck as he was backing into his garage. Now, DeValcanier, through his attorney, is going to surrender at a later date. I don't have all of that information yet as to the date that he will surrender and when his arraignment will be, but that information will be made available soon. I'd like to just briefly address the charge, if I could. I've stood at this podium many times and announced many charges. The highest grade of murder is something that this office is adept at handling, but it would require in this case that the officer would have deliberated before he shot and killed Cameron. And of course, those are not the allegations in this case. What we believe, though, is that his conduct was reckless. It was reckless, and it was in violation of the Fourth Amendment. The defendant's reckless behavior began by entering the victim's property without a consent, without a warrant, knocking over a fence to gain entry into that backyard, and firing his weapon, killing Cameron within seconds of entry. Reckless is the conscious disregard of a risk, or in this case, a series of risks or assumptions that were dangerous, and in this case, deadly. Now, I want to address a few other things. I wanted to more quickly reach a decision in this case. There can be a lot of critique about how long it takes for a prosecutor to get to a podium, especially regarding charges against law enforcement. Mr. Lamb died in early December. It was about 2 months later that my office requested a probable cause statement from the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. It didn't come. I sent a formal request at that time, and I was told in meetings thereafter with representatives of the department that my actions would greatly harm the department's morale. That probable cause statement has yet to come. So we went to the grand jury today. Although a pandemic threatened to delay this even further, we believed it was necessary to present this evidence, and we sought testimony before a Jackson County grand jury. Key evidence in this case is important for you to know, and I think for the public to know. Key evidence came from other sources, including a voicemail recording that connected Mr. Lamb's phone at that crime scene. In fact, we believe that phone call was made within the moments of the interaction with police and at the time he was shot. We also know that Mr. Lamb suffered injuries before this fatal shooting on December the 3rd, and that was to his non-dominant hand. We know this because our office subpoenaed those medical records from a previous injury, clearly showing damage to the trigger finger on that hand, but also the palm of his hand. So that is evidence, key pieces of evidence that came from other sources, and I really want to welcome individuals to send material to us when they think it may have evidentiary value in a case. It is important that we know what the public knows and what information that they have, and we welcome it. Now, we welcome evidence, however, whether it helps our case or hurts our case. It is my job to receive all evidence, and I stand here before you saying that is my pledge, to receive and look at all evidence that comes. So I'd like to draw the analysis to another case that we had very recently, and that was Breonna Hill case, that it illustrates why this is so important. Key evidence in that case came from a witness not known to the investigative team. And that key witness provided important testimony, but also pictures of the victim's injuries that were taken right at the time that she were injured at the hospital. That evidence was critical, and that evidence came to us through the plaintiff's attorney in that case, and we are grateful to receive that kind of evidence. A couple other things I want to address before I pass this over to Ms. Bay. We are living in really troubled times. Emotions are high, and however opportune or unfortunate one may view the timing of this particular case and this announcement, I view this moment as consequential, as necessary. We need to be here. These moments of reform, they're long overdue for us to have real discussions about how to reform the criminal justice systems, how police, prosecutors, and the courts must and should reform. So I know that this announcement comes at a really, really high intensity moment. Trust me when I tell you that I wanted to stand at a podium in February. But I couldn't do that because police simply refused to give me a probable cause statement in this case. What I have learned over the past several months is how little influence or reason I hold over that department. To be clear, we were stymied by this decision to refuse to provide that necessary document so that I can charge a case. And I can find no law to force their decision in a different direction. Now, although that has all been said, those are important. It's an important moment in time. It's important that you understand how we got here. What I want you to know clearly and succinctly is that this charge, this indictment, is supported by the facts and the law. The facts and the law. We are not going to base a charge on emotion, even when emotion is high at the moment. It will be measured only by evidence and law.
All right, and that is Jackson County Prosecutor Jean Peters Baker announcing charges against the Kansas City, Missouri police officer Eric DeVolkner in the shooting death of Cameron Lamb from December 3rd, 2019. Our Brian Johnson is at this news conference, and if you'd like to continue watching it, you can watch it on KMBC.com.